תודה רבה שבאתם. אני אציג את הדובר הבא שלנו, ז'אן לורן, שהוא מהנדס פתרונות ללקוחות, עובד במשרדי גוגל בלונדון. ז'אן לורן הוא אחראי על עידוד השימוש ב-APIs גוגל, ומייעץ ללקוחות אסטרטגיים. תחום ההתמחות שלו עם גוגל Earth, Maps API גוגל ו-YouTube API. For our English speakers, I'd like to introduce Jean-Laurent Houton. Jean-Laurent Houton is a customer solution engineer in London since 2006. He's responsible for driving adoption at Google APIs and consulting with our top customers. His area of focus is Google Maps, Google Earth, and YouTube API. Please.
Cool, thank you. I've got a little piece of paper out of the way. Can you hear me? It's not too loud? Is it too loud? Okay. Off now? Yeah? Okay. Okay. That's why. So I want to try my Hebrew. Please. I came all the way here, I want to try it. Shalom, shalom. אני ג'אל, ואני שמח להיראות כאן איתכם. תודה, תודה. Okay, guys, thank you for coming here. The talk today is hoping to provide you with an idea of what you can do with YouTube API. There's a lot of things you can do. Actually, I named the talk Build Your YouTube because basically we're providing you with all the functionality so that you guys can take those functionality and then create some amazing application. Just really make some, pulling some information, updating some information, adding some information, creating some visualization of your imagination. So there's a lot of content. Please stay with me. There's 2 or 3 demos in between, but at the end there's a few demos. It's not a very technical talk. The idea here is not to make you guys like hyper specialists at the end, but to provide you with an idea of what you can do and trigger some more ideas at the end with the explanation. So first of all, I have to say I'm extremely happy to be here. First, it's the last of all the Google Developer Days, but also I spent an amazing weekend. I was out in Jerusalem and the Dead Sea yesterday, and it was beautiful. So coming from London, I'm really happy to have some sun, some nice food, and to have enjoyed swimming in the Dead Sea. So that's the first nice thing. Okay, let's be serious. Let's start. Right, so first of all, why do we use the API? Why would you use the API? Well, video hosting can be pretty hard. It can be pretty expensive too. If you have to set all the infrastructure, if you have to set all the bandwidth, if you have to pay for all the bandwidth, if you have to pay for an administrator, but also if you have to build all the repository of the videos, that's going to take a lot of time. If you have to rip all the videos and upload them, if you have to ask your users to upload the videos, it can take a lot of time. But also YouTube can provide you with a lot of exposure for your videos. So if you upload a video on YouTube, there's a big chance that you will have much more exposure than if you upload it on your website, on the site. So all these are really valid reasons, points for you guys to use the API. Now, why did we create the API? First of all, we want to create a big online video community. But we also want people to be able to upload from anything, whether it's a mobile phone, whether it's your computer, whether it's your phone or whatever. We want to be able to syndicate from anywhere. And also we want to leave the creativity in your hands. So we've got some ideas, we're developing some functionalities for YouTube, but basically the creativity most of the time lies in you, in the developers. You're going to come up with some things that we'll never thought of. That's why we've got a huge range of APIs. So we're not really a white label hosting, but we're pretty close to it. The only difference is you're going to have a little logo, a little YouTube logo on the bottom right side of the video. Right, so if you want to build your YouTube, what do you need? Well, you need all the functionalities that are available on YouTube. So for example, how to search for a video, how to find the relevant videos to you, how to manage all your favorite playlists, subscriptions, and so on. Also to upload the videos. And then you need the functionalities to embed this, to integrate this into your website. And basically it's going to be allowing people to watch video, of course, but also to embed the chromeless player. So it's the player which is without all the contour and all the YouTube controls. And then being able to control this player. So this is going to be play, pause, stop, etc., etc. And basically the agenda is exactly as I said before. So interacting with the YouTube data API, so read, write, upload some videos, and then integrate all this into your website. And this is going to be using the embedded player, using the chromeless player to have a better integration, and then controlling the player. Cool, let's start. So first of all, how do we read data? So the read data is based on the Google Data Protocol. It's a pretty simple standard protocol for reading and for writing on the web. It's based on AtomPub. It's a set of functionalities using XML, REST, HTTP, so pretty basic protocols here, pretty easy to use. This is an example of a website. So it's a French website, in case you didn't notice. I come from France. Hey, by the way, do you all understand my English? Cool. Okay, I'm trying to speak not too quickly, but I guess you guys are all fluent in English. Okay, let's have a quick look at this one. So this one basically embeds videos. You can switch from one to another here. So you've got the embedded player here. Thank you. And then you've got on the side more videos here. You see the title of the video, you see when it was added, you see the length, the duration of the video, also the number of times it was viewed, and the rating. All this is pulled from YouTube. So this is not a website which is from Google. This is just a website which is using Google API. That's all. So again, most recent, most viewed, most rated, etc., etc. It's using most of the functionality. So it really recreated his or their own YouTube here. So that was the first example. So do some of you guys develop on mobile? A few? Yeah? Okay. So again, you could embed some YouTube functionalities on mobile. So it can be the iPhone, or it can be any other kind of device that support the format that we provide. Yeah. So basically for the data API feeds, we've got two main categories. There's going to be the video feeds, search-related videos, responses, standard feeds, and then all the users side. So everything which is related to the user. So it's going to be the playlist, the contacts of the users, profile, messages, subscriptions, and so on. Let's start with the video one. So the video feeds represents a set of videos. That's all, just a list of videos. You see here, that's a snapshot on YouTube, and this is mainly this, a set of videos, one after the other. And this can come from search results, standard feeds, related videos, users, favorite, uploads, and so on. All this is going to be a set of videos, and this is what the video feed represents. Another example, the favorites, again, this is video feed. Here you see video feeds, and this is how it looks like. So it's a bit painful to read, so we're going to do it like part by part. So it's XML, so it starts with the standard XML declaration, and then you've got the ID here. So this is standard feed, and this is the most viewed. By the way, are you all familiar with YouTube? Okay. Who uses YouTube like every day? You've got a lot of free time, guys. That's good. Okay, I wish I had. Then, basically, standard feeds is a search. And here you see how to get to the next part of the search. So this is the link you will have to pass and to follow to see the next page of the search. And then, because it's a search, you've got the number of total results here. So it's 100. you're on page 1, and you know that we've got 25 items per page. And then we've got for each entry, so for each video, we're going to provide some information such as the title of the video, information on the author, and media group. We're going to see just in the next slides. So then for each entry, so for each video, we're going to provide some information. So we're going to provide the category, so the keywords or the categories related. So this is a video about dancing, comedy dancing. And then the title. This is title provided by the users, and the description. And then we're going to provide links to different views or different information from this video. So this is the link, the standard link that you would follow to view the videos online, so as a user. Here you've got the responses, the video responses feed. So if you follow this, you're going to see all the videos provided as an answer, as a response. You've got the related videos too. And then you've got the media group. So I mentioned this just before. This is specifically on the video itself. So provides you here with the duration of the video here, and then provides information on the video file itself. So it's flash file, duration again, and the format. We're going to see what format means a little bit later on. And then here you've got a link directly to the player. Then you've got information of the thumbnail. Again, all this is information you've got on the website, but here you can query. You can just get the data, the feed, extract what you need, and display it on your own website. So the thumbnail. So now that we know now that we know what's inside the video feed, how do we get a video feed? Then, as I said before, you can search for a video, and this is going to provide you a video feed. So this is what you would do on YouTube interface, and this is how you would do it by querying using the data API. So it's gdata.youtube.com/feed/apis/video !, and then you provide the search term here. Sure.
We're talking about our website's interfacing with YouTube.
Yes.
So the management of search, let's say if we want to do it, it's searching only against things that are uploaded from our website. Do we have to do that management?
Only those that were uploaded through your website? We're going to see this later. Yeah, no problem. Okay, let's carry on. Then you can search by category or by tag. You can reorder, so you can reorder by relevance, publish time, view count, rating, and so on. And you can restrict by language, so you can restrict only by Hebrew ones, for example. And then I talked about the format, so you've got different formats. If you're looking for mobile formats, you've got 2 formats here, depending on the codec of the device. And then if you want to make sure that only the videos that are embeddable, you can choose to allow people to embed or not your videos. You can specify format equals 5, and we're going to return only the one that you can embed into your website. So this was for the search. Now, there's a version 2 that came out 10 days, 2 weeks ago, I think, that adds two more restrictions, 2 more functionalities. The first one is about location. So you can specify, I want all the videos which are located to a distance of X meter, kilometer of this latitude and longitude. So these are 2 examples. I want all the Eiffel Tower videos from 1 kilometer of Paris. So you provide the location, latitude and longitude, and the radius here. And then if you want to look for pizza video, if you're interested in pizza video, then you could do the same, 10 kilometers from Naples. So very, very easy to do, and you can restrict the area of the video search, for example. So if you're doing something, on Israel, on Jerusalem, on Haifa and so on, then you can say, okay, I want all the videos that are 1 kilometer around Haifa, for example. Now we also have a way to restrict only for partners videos. Sometimes partners videos are a bit better. So if you're looking for only restricting the partner videos, you can do it by using this argument here, this parameter, uploader equals partner. Okay, so we saw how to retrieve a video feed using the search, but you can do it the same way with the standard feeds. So again, this is a snapshot. You can see the standard feed for featured videos, most discussed, most responded, etc., etc. And this is how it's done using the data API. I'm going to speed up a little bit, but basically is just to give you the idea of what you can do once again. So same thing, you have to remember this URL, feeds API, standard feeds, and then you just provide the feed name. So featured one, most view, top rated, etc. You can have it localized. So I want the standard feed top rated for Israel, or you can have it by time window. I want the top rated, but when? I want the top rated today, or the top rated this week. So you can specify the time window too. You can specify category, top rated in the category sports. So different ways to restrict or to specify the kind of standard feeds you're looking for. Related video. So related videos are the ones that algorithmically we're going to think are related to the video you're watching. So again, a snapshot. This is how it looks on YouTube. And very easy, this is how you would get it. So same thing, the URL, provide the video ID or the video you're looking at /related. Very, very easy. Right, so all these were for the video feeds. Now, if you want to look at information related to users, these are the users' feeds. So this is the page of a user here. You can see the playlist of a user. Then this is how you would do for the playlist. Feeds, API users, the username, /playlist. And then you will retrieve the title, the description, different tags, and then you will have feed link, which points to the content of each playlist. So again, if you're having playlist, if you take the same example of a video website providing videos on each city of Israel, then you can have playlists for Jerusalem, playlists for Tel Aviv, and so on. Here it's how it looks. So you would have for each playlist an entry, the title, and then you would have the information related to the playlist. So you just follow the link, and then you get to the playlist content. Same thing, feed API playlist, and you provide the playlist ID. And then we're going to provide you kind of a video feed, except you're going to have one more entry here, one more element, which is the YouTube position. So what is the position of the video in your playlist? Same thing for subscription. So for subscription, you can subscribe to different things. You can provide to a channel. You can provide to someone's favorite. You can subscribe to a search query. Same thing. You just provide API username and then subscription /subscription, and you will get all this information. Favorite and user uploaded, same thing. So I'm going a bit quick here because I guess you understood exactly how it works. Not very difficult. Same thing, your username /favorites or the username /uploads. Now for the uploads one, if you're not logged in, then we're going to provide you everything which is public. So the live videos, for example. But if you're logged in, here we're going to return all the users' uploaded videos. So even the ones that are not public. We're going to see later on how you can log in. Is it clear for everyone? Cool. So up to now, we saw this URL here, gdata youtube.com/feeds/API. But you can also replace API by base or by mobile. API is going to provide you the information, as we saw it before, as plain text. Base is going to provide you with some snippet of HTML. So really snippet that you can take and directly embed into your website. And then mobile is self-explanatory, is going to provide you with a smaller version of the feed. So this obviously is for low bandwidth devices, mobile devices could be one of them. And to give you an idea, don't remember exactly the feed, but API is going to be for, take one example, it's going to be like 95 kilobytes. Base is going to be 100 kilobytes, so a little bit bigger. And mobile is going to be 70 kilobytes, so quite much smaller. So you can, depending on your needs, you can adjust the projections here. Okay, so a few tips here. If you search for information, we're going to provide you some information that we cache. Therefore, in some cases, the information cached and the real information might be a little bit different. So here it's a snapshot from a search result. And this is actually the page on the video itself. And you see that the number of page views, the number of views, sorry, here, is a little bit lower than the reality. It's not massive. We really worked a lot on improving the latency, but if you want really the latest information, then you better look at the video page itself. For example, new videos will appear in a matter of minutes, but statistics might update a little bit longer. So if statistics are changed over time, then the cached version might be a bit longer to update than the reality. Now, another tip is obviously when you go and query the data, please check for errors. So kind of errors, I'm going to provide a few here, but there are some more that you would have to check. So 404, it looks pretty much like the HTTP errors. So 404 is obviously like the resource doesn't exist or has been deleted. And that can happen. Someone can upload a video and then delete it afterwards. What to do? Well, just be ready to this. Make sure that the video is actually working, is actually available, and then let the user know. Try to have a nice message, something that explains more than a blank screen with error written in big. What can happen too is the service is unavailable. Either we have a problem or we're doing a maintenance. That can happen too. Again, you can retry or you can give up. That's up to you. But in both cases, let the user know what's happening. I think that's good. Cool. So we saw how to download information, how to take information out of YouTube. Now, how do we write information? So first of all, the reason why you would have to log in is to access some restricted information. So it can be private videos, it can be some private playlist, it can be the inbox. Obviously, that's not something you would like to share. The status of the videos being processed too. We can see this later on. And anything which is requiring some write operation. So if you want to modify the favorites, playlists, subscriptions, and so on, if you want to rate or comment or respond to a video, and if you want, of course, to upload and manage video, for all those operations, you will have to log in. Now, there are two ways to log in. Oops, come back here. You can either use Auth. This is going to be a user is logging on the Google web page, and then the browser is redirected to the website, to your website. Or if you have an installed application, you would use a client login. This is going to be the user is providing you with his credentials, and you're going to make the login on his behalf. Now, the way Auth works is basically described here at the top. The way it works is this is your user, this is your website, and this is YouTube. And the user is going to click to a function that requires some login. You're going to redirect the user to YouTube. You're going to request a YouTube authorization. YouTube is going to ask him to accept that your website access his own information, and then he's going to accept and finally be redirected on the page you want him to access. Basically how it works here is the final page is going to be, so first you get him redirected to the Google authorization. You specify what is the next page you want us to redirect him to. He's going to accept that you access his information. And then once we return him a token, so this is your URL, this is where we redirect the user, we're going to provide you with a token. Now this token is a one-time token, so you would need one more step to exchange this token to a session token. Okay, it looks a little bit difficult. It's a process which involves a little bit of understanding. It's not so difficult. Now again, there are some errors that you would have to handle. For one, that's when the user would need to log in to access this functionality or to execute this functionality. Again, ask the user to log in and expect it at basically any time. Now, write. Why would you use some write operation? Well, that would need to make a post for updating the favorites, for the playlist, the subscriptions, the comments and the rating, the contacts, and so on. In some cases, some feeds are read-only, so favorite, you will be able to read it again. All those, you'll be able to read them again, so you can write and read from them. Now, two of them are not readable. You can just write to them, sorry. So the ratings, you're going to provide a rating for the video. For the same video, you might get 1,000 ratings, and the only thing you'll be able to read back is not each of the 1,000, but the aggregated one. Looks good. Complaints, same thing. There would be a link. You could send some complaints, but you cannot read back from the complaints. Now, when you're doing some write operation, we require you to provide a developer key and a client ID. All this should be provided in the headers, the HTTP headers, and the way to get this is simply to register your application and to receive those two information. You go to code.google.com, APIs, YouTube dashboard, very easy, provide the link, and then we provide you with both the developer key and the client ID. This is an example how to write a favori to a user's account. So you post to this URL here. You provide both developer key and the client ID. You've got the authorization, and then you provide the ID of the video here. So all this is in the header, and this is part of the content of the post. Right, so up to now, everybody sleeping? Yeah. The session token?
Yeah, long time token, not session token.
Yes. Same thing. You have to ask for an access. We're going to grant access, and then the user is going to enter his credentials. We can see for specific questions what we can do is, because we might be a little bit short of time, you can come back afterwards. We can meet up afterwards, and we can spend some time together. Okay, up to now we saw reading, writing. How do we upload now? So Animoto is a very good example of how you can upload information using an embedding, integrating this to your website. This basically is a website that allows you to upload some pictures. You can add on top of it some music, and it's going to make all this kind of psychedelic, funky, I don't know how you call this, a video. And at the end, you can upload it to YouTube. All this is integrated into the website itself. You can also imagine that this would be enabled for any other kind of devices. So it can be a camera, it can be a phone with a camera, it can be a, how do you call this? Another type of camera. Okay, a video camera, thank you. Now for upload, there's two models too. There's the direct upload, so that would be for installed application, and basically that would be done in one go, so one post. It can also be used for web application if you want to modify the video. So the user would upload the video, you would modify it on your website and update it behind the scene. And then the browser upload is for web applications only, and basically it's done in two steps. The first step is getting the metadata, so title, description, for example, and then the second one would be the uploading the video itself. Same, so here again, direct upload, you've got all the header information, and all the information is provided in one and only one post. This is direct upload. You've got here all the metadata, and here all the binary information from the video. And this is the browser-based upload. Same thing, this is the user, this is your website. You display a form for the users to enter the video. He's going to enter the metadata, title, description. He's going to send it back to you, then you're going to send it to YouTube. He's going to reply with a single use upload token and a URL, with which you're going to create a form. This is the second step. The user is going to, through this form, is going to upload the video, and then we're going to redirect the user to the last URL you want us to redirect the user. Basically, you post metadata, title, description. You receive a URL and a token. So this URL is the URL from which you're going to create a form, and this is the token you're going to provide inside. So this is the kind of form you're going to provide to the user. You're going to provide the token in a hidden form. And then when the user upload the video, is going to be redirected to, well, basically to the next URL here that you would have specified. And we're going to provide you with the video ID and the status of the video. Now, you can check the video status. This is not public information. So you would have to be logged in. Basically, you get default uploads, the video ID, and we're going to provide you with information. So what state is the video at the moment in? Well, for example, it is being processed or is being rejected, etc., etc. Now, this is answering the question I had before. No. Hello. And this is to answer your question. So if people upload through your website, what you can do is add some developer tags. Basically, if you create the same thing as Animoto, every time someone uploads a video through your website, you're going to add a tag on it. So this is going to be a non-visible tag, but then you can very easily query it. So you can know exactly how many videos or what videos have been uploaded through your website.
You mentioned partners.
Yes.
You said it's about partner.
This is no, it's not the same. It's not the same. This is going to be like general partners, and this is specific to you. So you have your website, you tag it with your own developer tag, and then you can retrieve all the videos uploaded through your website. Whether you partner or not, it doesn't matter. Okay, so this is how to add it. So in the media group, you're going to provide this. This is developer tag. This is the tag itself. And then to search, get, feed, and you're going to provide. It's a bit funky way of providing it, but this is the way to query it. Don't worry about the syntax. All this is online. It's just that you know that you can do that. So this is my dog. Hope nobody's laughing. No, it's not my dog. This is an example of how it works. So a browser-based upload using Dogbook. Dogbook is an application for Facebook. Guess some of you... Who's laughing? Yes, some of you heard about Facebook. And this is how it works. So again, it's a two-step process. You provide the title, the description. So let's provide the amazing title, Puppies, the music video. Description here, so step 1. Then you post to YouTube. YouTube gives you back a URL and token with which you're going to create this form here. And then you're going to choose your best video. So you have the choice of this one or the other one. Boom. And you click on upload, and then we're going to return with the status, okay or not, and the video ID. Pretty easy. Now, you see here that the video has been uploaded through my account because I was logged in. So this is my account here. You can see the video uploaded, and you can see that it's being processed. Oh, I think we're a bit late. We have to wrap. You see also that the website has changed here. It's changed the title a little bit. It's added some information. So you can modify the information if you want. But basically, this is something that you could do using your website. Modify a little bit. Put some branding, if you want, on the description. Again, make sure that there's no errors. If you have a bad request error, 400, we're going to tell you, okay, this is too long. The keyword is too long. Or the title is required. So check this, and then you can inform your users about this. Okay, the good news is all this XML, these errors handling, and so on, is good, but you don't have to worry about all this because we've got a set of client libraries that you can use. All this was mainly to make you aware of all the functionalities that were there. So if you are Java addict, PHP, .NET, Python, you can use our libraries very easily. So that's an example of PHP. And that's an example of Python. So I'm not going to spend some time on it because just want to make sure that we've got enough time for the rest, including the examples. So we've seen all this, upload, write, and so on. Now, how can you embed? So we have an embedded player. You can control the basic look of the player. You can create custom players. You can add some playlists on it. And you can control it using JavaScript or ActionScript. This is how it looks. And basically, this is the snippet of code associated to this. So the kind of parameters that you can specify, you can add some border and some colors. So border, yes, colors 1 and 2 because we do a little shading. Amazing. You can hide the related menu. You know, at the end of the video, we provide some related information, some related videos. You can hide it if you don't want it. You can start at some point in the video. You don't have to start at the beginning. So if there's someone talking at the beginning for like 2 minutes, it's boring, boof, you can swap this. And if you really want to annoy the users, you can autoplay. So as soon as it comes in, it plays, and you can loop on top of it. I wouldn't recommend, but that's really up to you. Now, if you want to have all the snippet of code created for you, you can go to youtube.com/custom_player, and then you can very easy create your embedded player, select the colors, and so on. Cool, so that was for the embedded player, but then that still provides you with this little player here underneath and the borders. Maybe you don't want all this. So we've added the chromeless player. Basically, these are a few snapshots from how it could look like. So here you see you don't have the YouTube player, it's very specific. Here it's even more specific. You like it or not, but it's even more specific. And that's an example how they really personalized the player. Let me see if we've got this playing. So this is called Karaoke Tube. This was done during the campus party this summer from someone in Spain. And basically what it does, it mash up. Did you go to the mashup talk this morning? Yeah? Okay, so I'm not going to spend too much time. Very quickly, it takes some videos, it goes and query a lyrics database and puts those together and synchronize on the timing with the lyrics. So you can have a look on how it looks like. So don't be scared by the guy in the middle. I was a bit worried at the beginning. Do we have sound? Can you put the sound on? Otherwise it's not as... A bit more? A bit more? Slightly more? Okay. Sorry. No? Sorry, I don't know how to sing. But basically, with the music, you see that... Really scary. Basically, the music goes exactly with the... You see, it highlights the lyrics. Can you hear it? I cannot. Okay, don't worry, it's okay. If I take it out? The volume? No, it's on. I don't know. Don't worry, it's okay. Thank you. Cool. Back. So yeah, this guy did a very nice mashup. And he is using, that's it, the chromeless player. Basically, what he's using for this is the SWF object, which is an open source project to embed some Flash player content. This tool is going to check like compatibility with the different browsers, offer some alternatives, see if the Flash player is not available, etc., etc. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but make sure that you understand this SWF object. This is how you create the embedded player. The way it works is you're going to embed an on YouTube player callback. So you ask for the SWF object to load. Once it's loaded, we're going to call automatically this callback here, and then you can get a reference to this object here, and then you can access all the different functionality. So this is the object reference, and then you can load the video using the ID, queue the video, set the size of the video, etc., etc. So yeah, I already mentioned this a little bit, but the player controls. So you can control the player using JavaScript, ActionScript, and even ActionScript 3. Someone created a wrapper for this. You can issue some commands, play, pause, stop. You can listen for events. So what is the status today of the player? And basically, these are samples of the functions. So you can play, pause, stop, seek. You can get the current time. You can get the duration. You can see how many bytes have been loaded and the total size of the video itself. You can control the sound here. So you can pretty much do everything on the video. The buffer itself, in what way? So as you're going to play the video, it's going to automatically buffer all the video. We can see this just afterwards with this example. So you cannot really control it. This is going to be done for you. Okay, he was a nice guy. That's it. So that's not the most sexy example. The design is not really good. But here you see all the functionalities that we have. So we provide a video ID, and then you can cue the video, and then from there you can play, pause, stop. So all these are very, very just one call, and you can control the player. So you play.
Hi, everyone. My name is Steve Chen. I'm one of the co-founders of YouTube, and I run...
You can mute if you don't want to hear him. And you can see here, so the bytes. And then you can pause, and you can see that it's still loading. So that answers your question. You can see the total duration, so exactly the same thing we saw before, the current time in the video here. If you want to go to a specific time, you can do it too. And then you can stop it. You can set the volume, etc., etc. Then there's a small difference between cue the video and then load the video. Cue the video is just going to set the video, ready for reading, and load the video is going to actually play the video here. Hi, guys. Okay. So not the most exciting example, but here you've got all the basic functionality. So if you want to understand, I recommend you go to this example, boom, and you look at the source code. You've got some really nice example here. Okay, next one. So you saw this morning if you want to the mashup example. I think I've preloaded it somewhere. Oh, so let's call it here. So this is basically someone who's created a super high definition YouTube, which is basically just for YouTube playing together. And the way it's done it is synchronizing, synchronizing it with, with the player. So you need to have, it needs to, okay. Let's restart. The one at the bottom here, since this morning, is a pain in the bum. But you get the idea. You've got the four at the same time, and it's playing. Okay, and then you can control it here. So it's using both the chromeless and both the player controls. I don't know what this is, but every 2 minutes. Another way of, another mashup, really nice, synchronizing the video and the maps is here. Basically, these are some guys who likes to have fun. They've got this, I don't know how you call this. It's like kind of a trolley. Let's reload. Can I have some connection, please? Stay with me. So you need some internet connection. Otherwise you look a bit silly on the stage, talking for nothing. I did. Yeah, I did. Someone can provide me some connection? Ah. Okay. Cool. Okay. Let's try again. So it synchronizes those guys with the strange heads on small trolleys and the map here. So I guess they've got a lot of time. It's in San Francisco. It's a hill like this, and they race on this hill. Looks very popular. And you see, you can follow at the same time here. So if you move forward a bit, boom, it's going to accelerate. So it's not just like launch at the same time together. It's really synchronized, one with the other. Okay, so you can just watch the end. It's very interesting. You have to look at the face of the guy. He looks very happy of himself. Done. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Very dangerous. Okay, so that was another example. Let's close it. Something a bit more serious is someone who created this. So this is very good for online learning. So if you've got a video, so if, for example, if someone is filming me, I hope that doesn't happen, and then you've got on the side the slides associated, then someone created this little application when you've got the video, so you specify the video here, and you specify for each time here, the name of the slide and the URL. So slide is for them one URL. And then you've got this nice application here where you actually play the video. And then for each section, you're going to have the section highlighted.
So this is Mike Geary.
That's it, it's been highlighted.
So I originally got to know him because he wrote a function for the Maplets API back when he was working for zvents.com.
Okay.
He wrote a function for the Maplets API while he was
Let's
working on
move one step
events.com. He wrote a function for the Maplets API.
I've got these state abbreviations
And there you
burned
are.
in
So
my
I
brain
click
after doing these
and
primary
moves
elections. They were just
automatically
coming up,
to the right
week after week for a while there.
time in the video and loads
we did
the right
a bunch of different maps for the different primaries.
slide
and
associated. So
started
if I want
with,
to move a little
Iowa,
bit further, boom, I click here. Again,
page
it
and
moves,
the map that
synchronize
iframe,
both the
'cause the
slide
map that iframe is running
and both the
in
talk.
gmodules.com.
So it's a very
Also, it's
nice way
actually
to provide some
maps.gmodules.com.
online learning, for example.
And that's
Okay, so that was a serious example. Galaxy is one which is, did I load it? No, let's load it now. This is basically using a bit more the functionalities of the Flash player. The guy uses a library which provides you with functionalities, 3D functionalities. So I guess okay, let's go to the next one and we can come back to this one while it loads. TimeTube. Have some of you used this one already? This provides you with different display of the YouTube videos. So here I entered Tiger Woods. It went, pulled all the videos associated with Tiger Woods and just displayed them nicely here on a time scale. So you've got recent here, well actually recent on the right and olders on the left. And you can zoom in. Let's try to zoom in. And as you zoom in, you see it's going to load more information. So on the spot, live is going to pull more information. I can provide you with one example from, where is it? Zoom out. January, December. Okay, let's do it differently. 1 year. So basically provides you the timeline like this, a list, which is the normal one. Okay, let's come back to it after. So this is very basic, nothing special. It's just going to provide you the list of videos. You can have the map. So the map is just going to take the information, so the geographic information associated to the videos and map them here on the map. So you can see that there's very few with the geographic information, but if all of them would have, you can see them here. They have the flipbook. So flipbook, I think, is going to remind you from one application. So iTunes. And then what it does, it just flips from one to another. And then loads the player here. Let's see if we can go back here. Okay, July. May. Okay, there we are. Okay, all this just to show you how it looks like. So that's, as you click on it, it's going to load the video. Look at this one.
Hey.
Okay, so that was another way of displaying same kind of information. It's a video, you can pull the information, but you display it in a different way. Yeah, is this loaded? Yes, so if you go on YouTube, you look for developer days, and you see you've got this interface in 3D here. You search for it, and you can view it here online. So it's just a different ways. Again, but it's mainly using this 3D Flash interface. As you see at the bottom here, is on the fly pulling for more information.
In front of people.
56, 71, and so
on.
on.
Computer here. All right. We're going?
Again,
Okay,
another way of displaying this.
Again,
Okay, let's close this one. And this one is really interesting. It's pretty recent, but the guy did a very good job. The idea of Totlol is if you have kids and you want to make sure that you've got a little bit of peace and quiet, then you can put them either in front of a DVD or you can put them in front of this website, which is going to create some collections of videos. They have been categorized by people, they have been ranked by people, by which is good, what goes together, and so on. And basically, you can get your kids, and you could get them in front of one collection. So if you look at my subscribe collections, for example, allez, let's go. Can close this at the same time. Close this and this. So basically, you're going to have some collections. Yeah, coming. So I've subscribed to this one, Pirate Songs. Looks pretty good. It's in English, but you can specify the language you want your videos to be in. So you've got different languages. And basically, here you've got the video itself. Amazing video. And you've got the collection. So that's all the videos that are here in this collection. So it's very, very clever. What you can have also is age optimizer. So if your kids are children or teenagers, so you can press on age optimizer. It's going to provide you the videos which are the most related to your kids' age. What they've done also is you can increase the size, or if you want to use it as a TV screen, you can even increase it even more. So again, really nice. Again, it's the chromeless player. You see they've got all those specific player here. So they're using all the functionalities of YouTube. Very nice one. Now, if you don't want to spend too much time, what you can do is just embed a little bit of code here that provides you with the search on YouTube and the play on YouTube. So this is a website in French. If you're looking for salsa, click on salsa, it makes the search for you. Salsa lessons, you see it makes the search automatically. If you come back here, then you click here, boom, and it's going to play directly inside your website. All this is just a few lines of JavaScript that the site has added. That's all. All the search side, all the search functionality, that's it. All this is already provided by YouTube, by this Ajax application. It takes just a few minutes, and you can embed it into your website. It's content for you guys, so people are going to stay more. They provide more enhanced content. So if you have a website with videos can add some enhancement, some liveliness, then don't hesitate to add this one. Very, very quick to do. Okay, nearly done. Now, if you want to try, we've done a code lab. A code lab is basically a set of few exercises which are very easy to do, but which provides you with a hands-on experience. So if you've got a team of developers, then you can provide them, you can send them directly here, code.google.com/p/YT, YouTube, -code lab. And there's a set, I think it's 5 examples, 5 exercises. It's going to provide you some hands-on experience on YouTube. Okay, very quickly, this is not specific to the YouTube API, but this is very interesting for you. So, subtitle. Let's say you've got a video that you want to have. So this is a subtitle. This is a video in English.
Uglier cars,
but I don't understand English really well, so I've just added.
But that's the whole point. It's their badness that gives them character.
In French.
This
So if you've got a video in Hebrew, maybe you can provide some subtitles in English, in French, in Spanish, and so on. It's very, very easy to do. You just upload your video, and then you add the .srt file associated. It's going to provide you with the subtitles here. So very good if you want to have one video and different subtitles on top of it. Very easy to do. So that was an example. Now, annotation. So this morning we talked about annotation. This is a very clever way of using the annotation here. Those people are playing guitar. You can learn all the tabs. So at the same time, I don't play guitar. I'm really bad with music, but you can see how you can learn guitar in this way. And then one last one. If you don't want to be so serious, then you can have this one. So it's a cat with a printer. I think he's working in our desktop now. And basically, does it work now? Bit puzzled. Let's move on. No. A bit aggressive. It's getting a bit upset with the printer. Well. Okay, last one, and it's finished. Yes, that was with annotation, but some of them were not showed here, basically at the top. Have you seen this one? Have you seen this one? This is a very clever way that a game company did to use YouTube. Basically, someone found that in their game, Tiger Woods was able to walk on water. See here? And then someone took this snapshot, this video snapshot, posted on YouTube and was making fun of the game. And this is the answer. You seem to think your Jesus shot video was a glitch in the game? Look at this. Save the expensive shoes and the expensive socks. The expensive gloves. Normal. Yeah, not too deep. And of course, it's not a glitch. It's just that good. Guys, that was it for me. I hope it was useful. I hope you learned a few things about what you can do with YouTube. Toda raba. If you have any questions, I'm here.